it is time for episode 3. The show seems to leave off on a cliffhanger, which is a little bit frustrating, but also works for this type of show. I think the acting has been pretty good. I really liked what they did with the previous episode, which was incorporating someone else's story arc into the show and what's going on in their lives so we can understand them better. And I hope and I expect them to keep it in the same vein because the main cast is actually pretty small. So you could probably do one person for each episode, and that would still work out with the two main leads and their story. This is episode 3, so I'm curious who they're going to focus on mainly because it's clear that there are a couple of people who know something's going on between Simon and Wilhelm. But it's, will someone catch them kissing? Will their secret get out? What happens because of Wilhelm is royalty? So he's got to be very careful on how he conducts himself around people. I guess he's confused. So they didn't get caught. They're going on to however many days later. Could be the next day. He's watching him.
Hej. Spelar du? Åh, Hilly-sången.
At least he's learning an instrument.
Simon, kan du inte läsa noter? Nej.
I guess not everyone does. Not everyone knows. I mean, they're by themselves right now, so how are they going to interact being alone?
Nej. Kolla, börja med dem.
Oh, they're flirting.
Det där som hände I fredags.
Oh, is he going to tell him to forget about it?
Jag ville bara säga att jag tänker att vi kanske ska glömma det.
Yeah, that was expected.
Jag måste gå. Jag vill fortfarande vara kompisar liksom. Ja.
Yeah, I like this interaction because he's like, yeah, okay. He doesn't have to speak to because he's like, you just kind of told me to forget about it. I don't really want to be your friend. And they're still flirting. Are you going to say anything to her?
Kommer dina föräldrar på föräldradagen?
Min mamma gör det. Inte min pappa.
There's issues with that.
Jag inte har någon kontakt med honom.
Oj, inte Simon heller.
Snyggt. Nej.
Yes, because no, it's not. Because he sees his dad.
Håller honom.
Mamma tror att jag kan hoppa 1,20.
Men det kan du inte.
Yeah, she knows that. She's lying to the mom. But again, she said she's got Asperger's and autism. She's not going to respond probably how she thinks the rest of her friends are going to. You've also got pills in your system. It seems like you only care about the royal side of Wilhelm. Yeah, this is awkward. Is he gonna be? Yeah, he's gonna be looking at him. Of course he is. Because the thing he wants, he kind of turned down. Do you remember those moments when you liked someone and you would constantly look at them or find ways to? If you like him, take time to figure things out. I had to say, I appreciate them showing training as well, what it goes in to training for, to be an athlete.
Är det okej?
He's fine. He just, you said you only wanted to be friends.
Det är ju hemresehelg nu.
Okay. And you can't go home? Say it.
Det kommer typ vara helt tomt här. Då.
So he wants to have a little bit of fun. And I'll be here. You don't live too far. We could have alone time.
Skulle du kunna göra mig sällskap? Bara du och jag.
Two minds about this. He's trying to tell him, but at the same time he wanted to keep his distance. Yeah.
Jag tar tillbaka det.
Oh. He keeps taking stuff. He's very slippery fingered.
Stanley kom hem till middagen.
Jag vet inte. Jag tror jag ska till stallet efter skolan.
Oh. That's... I don't know how he's gonna get this money.
När får jag mina pengar? När? Tips bara. Jag inte av med pengar som du inte har.
Oh, so now you're not gonna give it to him? Oh, right. So, yeah, they have no money.
Men vad roligt att se dig. Ja, detsamma. Och vad fint det var. Eller hur? Har du tid att prata 5 minuter? Ja.
Yeah, the money.
För stor för mig tyvärr, men jag tror att den kommer bli jättefin på dig.
Gud vad fin. Tack.
Was that a comment about her weight?
Ja, trivs villan va?
Look, she's interested in straight away.
Jo, men det tror jag. Tror.
Vadå? Nej, nu får du berätta.
There's nothing to tell you. He's not interested.
Från honom.
No, you're not. I would not want a picture with you in my life.
Kan vi ta när vi pratar om någonting?
He's a social climber.
Som att jag säger någonting.
Okej.
Men vadå? Du kan ju inte bara sitta inne på ditt rum. Ut till de andra.
Oh, it's his brother. I was like, who the fuck are you? I like the way this is done. Was this done on maybe webcams? It could be done on phone.
Konstigt ut om du inte dyker upp.
För mig känns det konstigt att dyka upp, Erik.
I mean, Wilhelm is not actually going to be the next in line. He's royalty, but he doesn't have the same issues his brother has. To a degree. To a degree.
Dumb bitch.
I helgen.
Varför det?
För att plugga.
Because he lacks someone.
Ska du, Wilhelm, min lillebror, stanna i skolan?
Ja, vad är det
Yeah.
problem? Ja.
You probably didn't like school before this?
Du har träffat någon.
Modernisera ONS. Såklart i familjens anda då. Ursäkta, där kan jag sitta.
He's so quick, August. Is he meant to walk? I mean, I don't feel bad for August.
Hej Felice. Är det ledigt? Ja.
See how he ignored everyone else and asked one person if they could sit there.
Sara rider.
Ja, gör du? Ja, så trevligt.
Vilken slags häst har du?
Jag har ingen egen häst. Jag rider
No, don't say you ride the whole horse.
Jag rider Rousseau.
Jag rider Rousseau alltid på morgonen, nästan alltid på kvällen.
Because she doesn't understand, yeah, like she's going to say this. She can't lie, she's not going to lie.
För att Felice inte vill.
She doesn't mean any harm. Because it's, oh, Felice. Because obviously she's trying to keep up a facade and it's been exposed. She just wants to live up to her family's expectations. But it's too much for her. she's a good actress.
Hur jag än gör så blir det bara fel.
Nu blir det väl inte.
Tycker du det?
Det är klart.
She taking these as mixed? Yes, she is. I knew she was gonna go for a kiss. And he's not stepping back from it.
Jag menade inte hon.
Oh. Yeah, this is Felisa's episode.
August! Nej, inte nu!
Are they gonna fight?
Stanna, jag pratar med dig. Det är mig. Du är fan skyldig mig, jag fixar
Gonna punch him?
Back off, okay?
He goes through stuff, but he is such a douchebag to people.
Nu är jag skyldig både pappa och skolan för att han inte vill betala tillbaka.
Men alltså du sa ju
It was the two friends. I was like, oh, it's them.
Det bara blir problem. Och sen snor du hans medicin.
Jag vet.
Yeah, but that was bad.
Man måste bara fatta att jag menar allvar.
Vi drar och snackar med honom.
What, attack him? You know he might kick all three of your asses. Actually, he might not kick the one playing football's ass. They may destroy you, actually.
Jag säger med gangsters nu också.
He's like, why?
Är det ett hot där?
Ge mig din lur. Du ska föra över nu.
To be honest, this was so clearly going to happen. But you could ruin your chances at this school because obviously they view him as an outsider.
Tycker det är kul att fucka sådana som mig? Jag är så jävla trött på dig!
Sluta Simon.
Jag behöver mina pengar!
That I did not expect. Didn't expect him to be that strong.
Om jag hade haft någonting så hade jag gett det till dig! Jag har inga pengar! Min familj är bank, jag har inget kvar!
Technically, she spoke about liquidation. So he does have money, he just doesn't want to give up what comes with what he has in titles and privilege.
Jag vet inte vad de gör med dig på den här skolan Simon. Men du är fan inte bättre än han.
Oh, the lighting, look how he's lit up. Interesting that they're calling him out for these type of things. I didn't think he was that bad, he wants his money. Oh. Does she want some company?
Får jag komma in?
Ja, visst.
Jag vet att du är intresserad så. Här är jag.
She wants her virginity taken? I mean, if you're at boarding school, hell yeah. Again, I really like the interaction, the chitter-chatter that's going on in the back scene. It's like people talking. It feels so realistic because sometimes in shows, movies, they cut that out. Uh-oh. You want to talk. Is this a good or bad thing?
Hej. August kommer att stanna här över helgen. Jag hörde honom prata om det och han kommer vara på mig.
Well, not really. You can still fool around.
Tror du att
That you could still stay?
det skulle funka om
Oh, what? Go to his?
om jag åkte till Bjärsta istället? Hem till mig? Hänga med dig ändå?
You could try. Uh-oh. Is there a video of them kissing? Or is this a video when he headbutted that guy? What is... Yeah... Yeah?
Wilhelm, tror du att du kan komma med mig?
What the hell's going on?
Ja, han är här.
She was shaking. It's not Eric, is it?
Det är Erik.
So it is the brother.
Han
Oh, shiver just went down.
snabbt och tappade
Oh, shiver went down my whole back, yeah.
Wilhelm. Erik är död.
What a way to end the episode. I thought maybe it was a video, but then the indistinct chatter carried on, and they were like, should we tell him? And then I was like, okay, someone died. And also, they did a technique which I think is very real if you've ever lost someone, if you've gone through this. When I've lost someone, it felt like everything was distorted, and they did that with the camera work. Notice how only Wilhelm was in focus in that moment, and there was no cutaways when it was done for a while. Yeah, because that also now means that Wilhelm is next in line. Like, so every bit of pressure that was on Eric is now on Wilhelm, and not just that, he was close to his brother, and they actually had a really good relationship. They could laugh, they could joke, someone he could talk to. Also, Eric's really young, and so is Wilhelm. Oh, what a good way to end this episode. You know, life always takes these turns that you don't expect, and unfortunately, they're not always the turns you want them to take. We saw him at the beginning separate himself from Simon, and then he couldn't handle that. He was missing the presence of his crush. He kind of let loose to his brother that he had a crush on someone. Notice how they never said she in that moment, or at least that's not what the subtitles said to us. So that was a clear indication that his brother probably knew. Maybe. The whole thing, I thought it was going to be a Felice focused episode. There was definitely focus for her, but I wouldn't say it was mainly her. Simone was also a very vital part. August had his moments. The thing with August is there are moments where he is very unlikable, and then you realize the situation that's going on for him and his family, and money and prestige, and how he's lived his life via the titles that he was born into. And when it's clear that that could be taken away or for liquidation, you know, we saw the word bankrupt being used and mentioned, and he's not willing to give up those titles because of course he wants something to happen with his life. He wants to be probably remembered, and we know he takes pills. And it's just interesting with the whole dynamics with Simone, because he's not paying him, and he's kind of insulting Simone, and he does this a lot. And he keeps viewing people as second-class citizens, forgetting that technically, with the financial situation going on with him, this is what could happen to him and how people will treat him. Because I don't think these people at this boarding school are particularly pleasant people, because they're teenagers. But it was just an interesting as well with keeping Wilhelm and Simone constantly at the edge of being together for the episode. Instead, things are coming in between them. And August and Felice had their intimate night. So I don't know if they're going to build up on a relationship there. And I feel really bad for Felice, because obviously she's got pressure with who her family is and her being fourth generation. And then, you know, Lion and Sarah can't help it. She just can't lie like that. She's not picking up and she's not going to pick up on the signals, and that's just how it's going to be. And she didn't mean any harm, and then Felice kissed Wilhelm, and that was a bust. A very strong episode, really. There was a lot of beauty in the camera work of this. You know, they did very specific lighting, especially on Simone, when there was, you know, kind of discussion about how he's changed. Even though it was very quick, it was a very intentional light, kind of highlighting in this almost eerie way. And, you know, he's had enough. And it is just so well done, because these actors know how to stutter, they know how to stammer, they know how to make you feel every moment of what they're saying as teenagers. And I think the show is doing a good job in kind of giving you those little shock value moments or those little cliffhanger moments. It always does that. Like, that was a big dun 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 at the end of the episode. I think this may be the strongest episode so far, which I think is a good thing as the show goes on, that you're viewing, me being the you, viewing the episodes as getting stronger as it goes along. That's something you want. You don't want the pilot episode to be the strongest episode. I just don't know how Wilhelm's going to deal with this. He is very young, and he just lost probably the person he was closest to